have to make the effort of delivering it. And before we deliver it to humanity, I'm arguing today we have to deliver it to ourselves. At the age of 19, when I started studying the Quran, seriously when I started studying the Quran, I felt that I was cheated for 19 years. I've been Muslim my whole life. How come I don't know anything about the Quran? How come my school didn't teach me? How come my parents didn't know anything themselves? Why didn't they get that education? Why didn't my neighbors ever know? We are 1/5 of the world's population. These people, so many non-Muslims, know more about the Quran than we do. How is that possible? How is that possible? How did I as a Muslim have the same opinion about the Quran as non-Muslims have? The non-Muslims say that it's harsh. The non-Muslims say that it's irrelevant. Why did I have those same opinions? The non-Muslims are not impressed. How come I had the same opinion? Something has to change. We have to cultivate. We have to provide this knowledge now to people. So now tonight, the rest of this talk is how are we going to do that? How are we going to deliver this message for ourselves and for our children and their children? And then the rest of humanity at the same time. Allah says, Ud'u. Let's begin the ayah. Now we begin the ayah. Ud'u. Invite. What does ud'u mean? Tell me out loud. Invite. Good. Do you invite somebody you are angry with? Can you invite somebody to your house you're angry at them? Hey, come to my house for dinner. You don't do that. When you invite someone, it is an act of friendship. You cannot invite someone unless it is an act of what? Friendship. So from the very word da'wah, from the very word ud'u, if you are not friendly, you shouldn't be doing da'wah. If you have an angry personality, why don't you just go memorize Quran or something? Let somebody else do da'wah. If you get really frustrated with people, you should not be doing da'wah. Because da'wah means what? Invitation. And to do invitation, you have to be what? Friendly. Second, ud'u ila sabili rabbik. By the way, if somebody is giving an angry khutbah, and you say, why are you giving it? Brother, akhi, I'm trying to do da'wah. That's not how you do da'wah. You don't scare people to death and then invite them. This is not invitation. This is get lost and get out of here and never come back. He says, by the way, he doesn't say ud'u ila al-Islam, ud'u ila dini rabbik. He doesn't say that. He says ud'u ila sabili rabbik. What does sabil mean? Let's see who wins this one. Oh, brothers won again. Ud'u ila sabili rabbik means invite to the path of your Rabb. Everybody knows what a path is, yes? Now, have you ever invited anybody to a path? That doesn't make sense. You don't invite someone to a road, you invite someone to a destination, right? You don't invite to a road, you invite to a destination. But Allah is telling us that you have to invite people to a what? A road. A sabil, a path is a road. A path is a road. Why did there's so much wisdom in this kalam. I hope I can explain this to you in ways you will remember, because this is one of the most powerful truths of Islam that is hidden. People don't know. People don't know. You know, people study Islam and they say, man, sisters are learning Quran. I don't know so much vocabulary. I haven't memorized so many surahs. I don't know tajweed yet. I don't know this yet. I don't know that yet. When I learn this much, inshallah, then it will be good. But right now, I don't know anything. People are always worried about more quantity. And they want to accomplish. And they keep thinking they haven't done anything yet. If Allah is calling people to a path, like a road, are people traveling at the same speed? No. Some people travel fast and some people travel what? Slow. Some people are traveling so slow that you can't even see their progress. It's that slow. It doesn't even show up on the speedometer. It's that slow. But they're still making progress. The problem is we like everybody to make progress at the same speed. You should be like this one, you should be like that one. Even parents, they tell one of your daughters can do better than the other one. Why don't you be like your sister? They're not the same. They're on their own path. You're asking Allah to join the road. That's all. You're asking people to join the road, not the destination. Allah is not calling you to the destination. He just wants you to enjoy the road. So many people come up to me, how do I learn Arabic quickly? How do I study the whole Quran quickly? I was like, why do you want to do it quickly? What's your hurry? You know, are you going to die soon or something? You got time, bro. Relax. Chill out. Allah is not interested in how much you know. Allah is interested whether or not you are on the road. And when you are on a road, how do you know if you're on a road? The scenery around you is changing, yes or no? And you're making progress. All Allah wants from you is what? Progress. All Allah wants from you is progress. He does not want perfection from you. That's what people want from you. That's not what Allah wants from you. Allah knows what He created. He did not ask people to become perfect. He asked people to make progress. That's all He asked. Allah makes our deen easy and beautiful. We make our deen difficult and ugly. We make people feel bad because they're not perfect. We make people feel bad because they're not completely there yet. The Sahaba were the best generation, yes or no? Best generation of all time. Of all time. And these people were willing to die for Islam, yes or no? Okay. Allah gave them ayat about alcohol in 3 stages. These are people that are willing to die for Islam. And Allah said, "La taqrabu," "Ithmuhuma akbaru min naf'ihima." The evil in alcohol is greater than the benefit. The evil is more. Then that wasn't enough. Then later on He said, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَأَنْتُمْ سُكَارَى حَتَّى تَعْلَمُوا مَا تَقُولُونَ. Don't go near salah while you're drunk. And then finally, one of the last surahs ever revealed, Surah Al-Ma'idah, one of the last surahs ever revealed, He says, رِجْسٌ مِّنْ عَمَلِ الشَّيْطَانِ فَهَلْ أَنْتُمْ مُنْتَهُونَ. This is evil from the work of the devil. Will you stop or what? In other words, Sahaba, who were the best generation, Allah did not expect them to quit alcohol immediately. If He wanted, He could have given the ayah from the very beginning. Now think about this even further. Alcohol is considered not just haram, it's also considered evil. There's a difference. Pigs are not evil. Pigs are just what? Haram. You don't see a pig and say, astaghfirullah, evil, shaitan. No, it's just a pig. Just don't eat it. Okay, it's a pig, Allah made it. It's not evil. Relax. Okay? But alcohol is not just haram, it is also what? Evil. Which means it was always evil. Which means it was always from the work of the shaitan. In the first year of revelation, it was from the work of shaitan. And in the 23rd year of revelation, it was also the work of shaitan. And even though it was always evil, Allah decided that people haven't made enough progress on the road yet. So they're not ready yet. So I'll give them the ayah when they're a little more ready. So I'll give them a little bit. And I'll tell them, look, the harm is more than the benefit. Then a little bit later, I'll say, at least don't be drunk when you're making salah. And a little bit later, I'll tell them, okay, leave it now. You're mature enough. Now stop. The best generation, Allah allowed them time to make progress on the road. And what do? If a drunk guy walked into the masjid today, he's had 2-3 beers, you can smell it from 10 feet away, and I want to pray. What are we going to do with him? We're going to beat him up and kick him out. And once you kick him out, where's he going to go? Back to the bar. He's going to go back to drinking. He came to the house of Allah. He took a step. He took such a big step. And you said, go back. This step is not good enough for us. You're not good enough for us. Allah wants you to make progress on the road. And you have to let other people make progress on the road. And maybe some of them will take their time, and some of them will move quickly. You know, Allah gave the example of growing things on the ground, right? There's a farmer. And by the way, some of you have these, so many. I think maybe in the last year, this question was repeated at least 1,000 times in my lectures. People came to me at least 1,000 times and asked this one question. Let me tell you what the question is. Brother, my husband doesn't pray. My son doesn't pray. My wife doesn't pray. My sister doesn't pray. My uncle doesn't pray. My father doesn't pray. How do I get them to pray? How do I change them? Tell me one thing I can say to them and they'll change. And I say, okay, hold on. I got nothing. Does a farmer, what's step one in farming? You put the seed in the ground, yes? You put the seed in, then you put water. Then you go to sleep. Then you wake up. Make sure the soil is clean. Then you put water again. Then you go to sleep. You wake up. You put water again. Remove the insects. Make dua. Ya Allah, take care of this plant. Does the farmer see any progress? Yes or no? He sees no progress. All the things that are happening under the ground. The farmer doesn't say, if there was one thing I could do, it could just change right now and turn into a tree. Let me dig it up, take the seed on, make a tree out of it. Does it work like that? Allah compared the Quran coming down to water coming down. And when water comes down, the life on the earth grows immediately or grows over time? It grows over time. When the Quran will enter somebody's heart, they will change immediately or change over time? They will change over time. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq changed immediately, but so many Sahaba changed over time. Umar bin al-Khattab, 5 years. It took some time. Abu Sufyan, many more years. It took a lot of time. It doesn't happen overnight. People only quote the example of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. By the way, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq is an extremely amazing example. Even for the Sahaba, he's too high of an example. What about you? People quote the greatest example and make you feel bad. There are so many other Sahaba, hundreds of thousands of them, radiyallahu anhum wa radu anhu, that did not transform the same way as Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. They took their time, and Allah is happy with them too. Allah is happy with them too. Call people with wisdom. Let them grow. Let them listen. Let them listen. I was giving a lecture in England. When I finished my lecture, a woman came up to me and said, please don't tell anyone, I'm Shia. I've been listening to your lectures for a year. It's really helped me a lot. Please don't tell anyone. You know why? Because it's Birmingham, England. Whew, that place is crazy. You know. Other guy comes up to me, brother, Assalamu alaikum. This is my wife, myself, and there's about 50 of our friends. We are from the Baha'i religion. We've been listening to your lectures for a long time. Please don't tell anyone. I'm like, yeah, welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Sit, relax. I don't need to go after and start having debates with the Shia person or the Baha'i person or any other person for that matter. Why? Because my only concern is to get the water to the heart. That's all. The rest, who will do? The rest, Allah will do that. You're not going to do that. Allah will do that. That's up to Allah what He does. That's not up to me. We don't give people a chance. We're too busy arguing with them and debating with them and pushing them further away from Islam. This is not wisdom. This is just not wisdom. Call people to the path of your Rabb using wisdom. Bil hikmah. And then he says, وَالْمَوْعِظَةِ الْحَسَنَةِ. Call people with beautiful, heart-penetrating advice. Give people advice that will go to their heart.